Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to this week's edition of Middle Mondays on Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check it out. And if you're new to Middle Mondays, guys, this is something we do once a week that really didn't have anything to do with fishing. We just talk about a wide range of topics that hopefully will stretch your mind and make you think a little bit. So welcome everybody to this week's edition. Guys, today we are going to have a talk about the how the aging process affects your body, and also how it affects your body mentally more than anything else, because it's inevitable. It's going to happen to every single person out there. So we're going to get into that in today's video. And also, guys, before we get started, I just want to give everybody a real big thank you that has taken time to subscribe here to Intuitive Angling. Much appreciated if you guys are one of those people out there. And a big thank you to everybody that helps support Intuitive Angling by using all the links I put in the description. Really a big help here, so really appreciate everybody that's been doing that. Okay, guys, it's coming. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're 15 or 20 years old watching this video, if you're fortunate enough to live, a long time, you're going to get to the point where the aging process takes a toll on your body. And it's something that's pretty gradual. And I can speak to this a little bit. I'm 62 right now, and I've had issues too, but I fight it tooth and nail every single day. But the thing about that is, like, this is inevitable to some extent. Now, some people are going to have more challenges than others as far as, the pain and, things that come with older age, and, the issues that everybody has with that. But that's a natural process. I think that's one of the first things that people have to realize and accept is the aging process is natural, and the breakdown of the body is also natural, but it's not like inevitable to the point where it's going to debilitate you quicker than what you think it will, because there's a lot of different things you can do to slow this process down, both mentally and physically, to do that. And one of the things about it is, I think it's so important for everybody out there to acknowledge that this reality is coming, or you may be experiencing it right now, because just that simple acknowledgement of it, it takes away some of the power, and you can start doing some things to make some changes with that. So everybody's affected differently. I mean, the way that the body works, and whether it be the state of health that you have or don't have, and the little aches and pains and the illnesses you may be encountered, everybody's scenario and everybody's situation is different with that. But there's a couple things that I would like to suggest. I'm not a doctor, but I have been through a lot of pain in my life, and I've had to deal with that. I got thrown off a horse when I was a little kid, and I got I landed on my head. I just caught myself at the last second. Very easily could have killed me or paralyzed me, but as a result, I've had some neck and back issues for most of my life to some extent. So I've dealt with that pain for a long time. But the thing about this, guys, is regardless of your situation that you have, there's something that you can do about it. There's something you can do about it mentally and physically both. So let's talk about both of those issues first, kind of without getting into details on the specific, ailment or that you may or may not be experiencing. The first thing that you have, I think or a couple different things that you have to do, in addition to acknowledging that that's a reality, is one of the things that will really help you out is you have to affirm yourself with the body's innate ability to heal itself. I don't think a lot of people realize how fortunate human beings are. For whatever mysterious, magical reasons, we have the ability to heal ourselves to a large degree on a cellular level. Let me give you guys a prime example. Like, if you cut your finger or something like that, you can't intellectually explain to me how your body actually goes about healing that. It's like, yeah, there's some that somebody can explain to you the process, but actually what activates that process on a cellular level, a lot of people don't know, but to a large degree, it is determined by your attitude. Now, let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about here. You hear me talking a lot about the wilderness survival school that I went to, years ago, and there's so many great stories came out of that school. And one of the stories that was told there by the instructor of the course, the person, the head instructor of it, he was raised by this Lipan Apache Indian who taught him the old ways. And he was using this one story. He made an example about they were around the campfire at night, and back then they when my instructor, his mentor, the Indian, he taught him how to use stone tools and make stone tools, and everything they did was with stuff they made like out of stone or wood. And anyway, they were working around the campfire one night. The two of them were sitting there, and my instructor, he was like a teenager at the time, and he was carving something with his stone knife that he had just flint knapped a stone knife. And his mentor was right next to him, and all of a sudden, as he was working on that project, it slipped off of there and cut his mentor's leg, a really bad, deep cut on his mentor's leg. And his mentor didn't say much about that. He's just like, oh, you need to be more careful next time. But the instructor could see that it was a pretty bad cut, and he taped it up. I think he had some buckskin he put on it, maybe some herbs or whatever. And he said, like, within a week or so, this cut that he had received from this knife, which was a pretty bad cut, was almost healed. It's not completely healed, but it was like almost healed. And he asked his mentor, who was called Grandfather, he goes, Grandfather, how in the world did that cut heal that quick? I don't understand how anybody could heal that quick. He goes, well, I'll give you an example. He goes, some people expect or think that their cuts are going to heal at a certain rate. He goes, I simply think and I expect my cuts to heal at a faster rate. So the ability of him to mentally focus on his body's own healing has a lot to do with that. I mean, and I've used it in my own life. So one of the things that you can do out there is, regardless of what physical ailment or problem that you're having, is just try to tell your body and try to reaffirm to your body that it has the intelligence on a cellular level to make your body whole again. I think a lot of people can't grasp that and maybe not believe it, but I can assure you it works. I have used it myself, and I've heard too many stories with that. That's a big part of it. Now, the next thing you can do is the body begins to deteriorate and break down in a lot of different ways. What's going to happen, guys, if you haven't experienced already, you're going to start experiencing aches and pains, and your healing time is going to be a lot longer. And I was one of those guys too. It's like, I remember when I was younger, older people would say, oh, when you get older, Andy, you're going to have some aches and pains, and it's going to come along. And I'm like, yeah, right, I'm not going to do that, because I was young and full of the vigor in life. And sure enough, it creeps up on you gradually. It's like, you'll pull a muscle or do this or that or hurt yourself, and you think that you expect it to get better at a certain rate, and it doesn't, and it just takes longer to heal it as you get older. And it's like those things keep happening more rapidly, and it's sort of a process that you have to accept that that's just part of what goes on. But there are things that you can do to really help that and delay that, in a big way. Guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. Now, this is, if I could give you one piece of advice, all you guys that watch my fishing channel, you guys hear me talk about everything, but if I can pass along one piece of advice to you that is going to help your life on every level, every single aspect of your being, especially as you get older, it's going to help you out, is get your butt into the gym. I'm telling you right now, it's like, you can say, oh, Randy, that just sounds so cliche. Everybody knows you need to work out. No. Everybody, I don't care if you're 90 years old, you need to be in the gym as much as you can every week. And the thing that will even help you more than that is if you can afford or arrange where you can have some type of personal training that can specifically gear a program around yourself. Because when you are involved in strength training and conditioning in a gym, your body, it's an anti-aging. It's almost like a miracle anti-aging cure. It's like one of the biggest problems that people have when they get older with all aches and pains is their musculature deteriorates. You lose muscle every single year, I think, after you're 40 years old, but you can continue to build muscle if you work at it. And as you lose muscle and as you begin to wither away and get smaller as you get older, that is when those problems occur on a greater, more painful level out there. And it doesn't have to be like that. It's like, I don't care what condition you're in or the state that you're in, there's something you can do in the gym to strengthen your body. And when you do that, when you start strengthening your entire central nervous system, because there's a lot of different stuff you can do out there besides just lifting weights, to strengthen your core central nervous system. Guys, your body's ability to be more pain-free and to fight off, the typical aging that most people experiences, it just goes through the roof. And if you find yourself losing interest in this topic, what I'm talking about now, please don't, because I'm telling you, your quality of life, regardless of your situation, will increase tenfold if you just get into the gym regularly. And if you get into the gym regularly, and then also you work on your mental outlook and your mental attitude about your physical condition, the aging process is going to be much kinder to you, because I can take somebody right now, like I'm 62 years old, guys, right now, and for 62, I think I'm in pretty good shape because I work at it. I've seen other people 62 years old that are going downhill because they never work out. They've never been in a gym, and you can tell. You can tell by their musculature. You can tell by their posture. You can tell by just their overall energy levels. And it doesn't have to be like that. It's like, make time for it if you possibly can, because when you get stronger, through physical activity like that, it directly affects your other aspects of your life, the entire mental process, your attitude about life, your energy levels, the quality of life you enjoy. Everything is improved with that. And it's like, it should be the number one priority in your life every single week, is to make sure that you get in the gym. It's just like that you get up every day and you have to eat and drink water to survive. Just consider that part of your regimen, having to get up and get into that gym. And once you discipline yourself to that, that is when you're going to transcend a lot of the problems that most people in society get sucked into. I see people out there a lot that are in their 70s that are just decrepit and they're just wilting away. You can just see it. And then I see other people out there that have committed and have spent years and years and years in the gym working out, and they are like, they're like 30 years younger than anyone else their own age. So I think that's one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself and everybody around you, is just to make those changes, both mentally and physically, because it's coming, guys. I'm telling you, it's on the way. And if you don't fight it tooth and nail, you're going to be one of those guys that you walk around, all humped over and, weak, and your legs are going to get skinny, and you're going to fall victim to the aging process far too prematurely. So anyway, guys, hope you heed that advice. I think it's some good advice to take, and we'll see you guys next week.